Okay, part 3. And this one is going to be about conditioning. Okay? Now, think about, and this is probably going to be the easiest example I could think of right now. Think about having a new pet, a doggy, right? And you're potty training this pet. So I'll give you an example. A friend of mine has a new puppy, and she decided that she was going to train the puppy to go on poopy pads while in the house until the doggy is old enough to go outside and go use the bathroom, go for a walk. It's just a baby right now. So right now, the dog is being conditioned. The dog notices the texture of the poopy pads, knows that this is my spot to poop in, and then eventually it'll be conditioned to go outside and use the bathroom as well, right? So this is a stair step. This is an introduction to being clean inside the house and making sure that we don't have poop all over the house. Poopy pads, right? Okay, good. Without me going into it, you can also think about your life and being a child and how you were conditioned to do certain things, maybe to be on time, to do your housework on Saturdays when the music is playing, whatever. Just think about the conditioning that you received. So now I'm going to talk about the conditioning of the United States in this reality, okay? Previously, I talked to you guys about fear and being born into fear. And basically, things being the way they are is like we accept the state of things. This is what we were born into. This is our reality, right? Okay. So now, when we think about conditioning, you can even think about slavery, and you go back and look at like Roots and the old movies, and remember they beat Kunta Kinte until he said his name was Toby. But this went on for quite some time, where they break a person down in order for them to become a follower, to become sheep, okay? This is done over a period of time. And what I really want to bring your attention to right now is how it's being done to condition you into going along with all of AI technology and advancements. I'm not going to talk about AI yet in the sense of breaking down what the AI is, but I do need you to be aware, okay, of this. And this is for everything that they need you to accept in this reality. So there is some kind of law that basically that whatever changes or things that are adverse to the people in this reality, that it has to be shown or shared, right? And however it's done, as long as it's done. So this can be through movies, it can be through cartoons, it can be through social media, it can be through advertisements, as long as it's shared. And so if you go back and look, and this is why we can go back and look years ago, and we can see that the very things that were spoken about years ago are now here in this reality. I saw a flying car online. We have robots. Excuse me. Just go back and do your research, okay? Now, the reason why, so a lot of this stuff is stair-stepped, is we're going to give you a little bit. We're going to condition you to receive this and be okay with it. So they start you off with things that are possibly unimaginable, right? We're going to show you, and I'm just going to talk about the aliens for a minute. We're going to show you a person peeling off their face and they're a reptilian beneath it, right? We're going to show you the grays. We're going to show you this. We're going to show you that. But literally, they make it seem like it is far-fetched, but it's very real. I've seen a gray for real in real life, in addition to in the spirit realm and everything else. I saw it before. I personally have had these beings visiting me. They haven't done so recently, thankfully, but They were visiting me when I was in my 20s. I experienced things such as time stopping. I've experienced lots of things, but I digress. But anyway, they condition you by simply putting it in things that you consume. So you consume entertainment, so therefore it's going to be entertainment for you. And this is so when you finally see it in reality, that it's not a shocker and you're more acceptable of it. Okay? Now, this is where you got to be very much aware of what's happening, because everything that we accept in this reality, we've said yes to. We agree to it. We agree to it. So if they condition us with putting out the robotic dogs, self-driving cars, you have the little robot things that deliver food, you have robotic waitresses, you even have that guy, what is his name, Kai Sine or something, whatever his name is, and he's got his robot around, walking around with him or whatever else. It's all conditioning for you to accept it. Now, the problem comes in with the fact that what they rely on is consumerism. They want you to consume things. They try to make things easy for you. And it's all about convenience. And convenience is the death of you. It's the death of the human race, because they create a dependency on artificial things. They make you dependent on everything outside of you, but that you're capable of. So in the last channel that I did with the Council of 12, they were talking about how I'm a 70s baby. So when we were growing up, our storehouse of knowledge was in our head. We remembered many phone numbers. I could probably rattle off about 50 phone numbers with ease of people that I knew and family and everything, because somebody would tell you their number and you'd be like, okay, I got it. And it's in your head. You call them later on and be like, hey, and you had it. So all of these things, all the gadgetry, anything that is smart, is actually dumbing you down to be dependent on things outside of your natural spiritual abilities. Everything that these things can do, you can do, and probably better. But they're depending on you accepting the conditioning. They're depending on you being lazy and basically accepting things out of convenience. And when you do that, what you're doing is giving up your power. You're giving up your power over and over again by saying yes to all these things that create convenience. Think about the smart cities that are coming and how your whole work, play, life, your grocery store, everything is in your building. So it creates degrees of separation. When do people actually connect anymore? And everybody's so quick to text versus pick up the phone and call somebody and check on them, right? It creates a level of detachment and puts you back into that that individual state. Think about when COVID was around, right? And they had people standing 6 feet apart. Do you know that your energetic field is 6 feet around, right? And anytime that they can create separations, they're conditioning you to be alone. Think about when there is a pack of animals. Let's say there's a pack of deer or whatever. I'm just making something up, right? and there's a wolf, and he's scouting the prey. And then one of the deer separates. And the wolf calls in his posse, and it's easy to take down the individual. When we separate ourselves, we're isolating ourselves, and it makes us easier to control. Versus if you have a group of people who are supporting you, who got your back, who got your 6, your 3, your 9, your 12, whatever direction they need to be in to support you, it's a different thing, right? So monitor the conditioning, but also monitor how you are allowing your children to be conditioned. How much time do you take with your children outside and playing outside and getting into nature and having them explore? When is the last time your child climbed a tree, hopped the fence, made a mud pie, played with a worm, any of those things that connect them to this great cosmos of creation? Like, when is the last time that you help them to understand that we are one with nature and there's a rhythm and a flow to this whole existence? When was the last time that you took the freaking iPad, tablet, whatever, from that child and allowed them to create, to paint, to draw, to play music? When is the last time you played hopscotch with your child? Or do you all even know how to play double dutch? What connection are you creating with your child? Or are you subscribing to the conditioning that they are an individual and technology is it for them? The more that you allow your children to be conditioned with technology, the easier they are to control. And then when you look at things and you look back, you're going to be like, oh my God, I should have made sure that I stayed connected with my child and connected them to nature and connected them to learning how to sustain themselves in this reality without being a consumer of everything. So this is your lesson on conditioning to get you to start thinking. And I'm going to tell you 3 things that the 12 always tell everybody. And here's the thing, some people may move at different times. Some people may be required to stay in the city, especially if you are a light bringer, because you have to be connected to the people. But literally, everybody should be near water, good water, spring water, fresh water, and have your land. And it was 3 things. Of course, water, land, shelter. Oh, your farm. Grow your own food. Grow your food. And here's the thing about growing your own food. Stop announcing it. Don't tell people online about, don't announce your stuff online, because there are crackdowns where people have been made to destroy their gardens because you don't have a right to grow your own food in certain areas or whatever else and this and that. But literally, listen, especially you're an urban gardener, you have a garden in your home, create a network of people that you share with. Create a network of people who you are in contact with. Create a network of people that you all have walkie-talkies and are able to reach each other. And if anything goes down, y'all know who to go to or what resources are available to you. Create a network so that you have. Okay?